Now, I love finding a bargain in Football Manager, and I imagine most of you guys probably feel the same way. So today, I'm going to show you some of my favourite cheap beasts in FM24. We've got players of all different abilities, some that would be good enough for the Premier League and others that will be better for lower division sides. So hopefully, there'll be something for everyone. All of these players are under a £5 million boundary. Some are quite close to that boundary, whilst others are only going to cost you 1 or 200k. So they really will be a player for every save. So with that being said, let's get into player number 1. And we start off with a 23-year-old Brazilian playing for Partizan out in Serbia. The only issue with him is he has recently joined the club. This is Soldado, so you won't be able to get him in the first transfer window. You'll have to wait until January or the following summer. But either way, if you're paying around £1 million for this guy, you are getting an absolute gem. Pace, strength, aerial ability, finishing ability, good dribbling, heading, penalty taking, passing. This guy is the real deal, and he's strong mentally too. Is he particularly stand out in any area? No. Is he Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe levels? No, obviously not. There's a reason these guys are cheap beasts and not £50 million beasts playing for PSG, so bear that in mind with some of these players. But with that being said, Soldado is a fantastic forward option. For only £1 million, you really cannot go wrong with a player like this. And those are the kind of players we're going to show you in today's video. I've got another 10 to show you yet though, so make sure you stick around. But if you could, smash that like button, it really would help our video's performance, and let us know you enjoy this kind of content. And whilst you're at it, why not comment down below your favourite cheat beast, because actually we use all of your suggestions for these videos, and there's a good chance if you suggest someone that we don't know, I'll go and check him out, and you probably will feature in a future video in the cheat beast series. Make sure you're subscribed as well, and let's get in to player number 2. This player is a bit older in his career. He's not 23, he is 28 in his prime. This is Chico Galvez, who plays for Johor DT. Now, he's been at the club for a couple of seasons in Malaysia, and no offence to the Malaysian divisions, he is far too good for that division. If you're able to pick him up for about 300 or 400k, you get a Portuguese national, a former under-21 international mind you, with 14 passing, 16 vision and 16 technique. Really good technical ability. Whilst his physicals aren't the best in some areas, he is a pretty well-rounded player, and if you're looking for someone to play make in your team, he could be a very good addition to your side. Again, I think high-level championship for Galvez would be a good area for him. In the past, he has played for Sporting Club de Portugal, so clearly he's a player of real pedigree, and he's still got a few years left in the tank. He is a star player over at Johor, but I imagine if you go for him, he'd be more than willing to sign for your side, and what a pickup he'd be for only a few £100,000. From one of the cheapest options to one of the most expensive, we have the Scottish 27-year-old Ryan Gould, who a few years ago was a Wonderkid for the ages, playing at Dundee, then moving to Sporting Club. His career from there has taken a bit of a weird mix, going back to Scotland, then playing for a different Portuguese side in the second division, getting them promoted to the first division and being an important player. Now he's made his way to Vancouver, and he's a very important player for his team. In fact, he is a star player. For that reason, he will cost you £5 million, right on our price boundary. He's actually the most expensive of this video, so don't worry, you won't see any more that really creep up the boundary this much. He's also on 40 grand a week, so you will have to pay him some decent wages, but there's a reason why. This guy is total quality. 15 dribbling, 15 passing, 16 vision, work rate off the ball and technique at a very good level too. The first touch, the finishing, the crossing, the corners. This man is an elite wide player, and at 27 he is heading into his prime now. I'm sure he's deserving of a Scotland international cap at some point in this save with how good he is. A left-footed player, able to play as a 10 or on that left-hand side. He is a fantastic option for £5 million. Dropping the price down a little bit for our next player, we have the £3 million man Eric Sanchez, a Mexican international. He plays for Pachuca out in Mexico, and again, like I say, is already an experienced international at age 23. He's wanted by Liverpool and Spurs at the end of his contract, and that is the reason why he's so cheap in FM. His contract is expiring soon, and for that reason you can either offer him a contract or pay a few £1 million to his side to secure his services, and really he would be an absolute bargain. A right-footed central midfielder who's just really well-rounded. Is he stand out in any area? No, but he's a good tackler, good passer, can score goals, nice first touch, dribbling ability, really well-rounded mentally, and his physicals aren't too bad either. And as I mentioned, he is wanted by Liverpool and Spurs, two elite Premier League teams, so if you don't believe me that some of these players are quality, that proves it. Now, would he actually play for those clubs, or would they be signing him to sell for a profit? Probably the the latter, but either way, for your side, he could be a great player or a nice little money maker should you decide to pick him up. Before we continue with the other players left in this list though, just to let you guys know, I do have my own channel as well, which you can find linked in the description over there. We do Football Manager rebuilds as well as YouTube shorts about Wonderkids you might not have heard of. A lot of you guys have came over and said you've really enjoyed the content. We've got 32,000 subscribers at the minute and we're pushing for 35k, so if you want to help me towards that goal, I'd be really thankful. So thank you to anyone who checks that out after the video, of course, because there's still some great players to show you, like Panak, a Czech centre-back playing for Sparta Prague out in the Czech divisions, who's going to cost you around 1.5 million. He's very versatile and can actually play as a striker or an attacking midfielder, but trust me, you want to keep this guy in the defence. I don't think he's really suited to going so far forward, but the reason that that's being suggested is one, he's versatile, but two, he's got some really good attributes when it comes to on the ball work, with 14 passing, 14 vision, 13 technique, good first touch, dribbling and finishing too. But if you want a centre-back who can play the ball around very nicely at a low-level Premier League level or maybe high Championship level, a proper ball-playing defender, then Panak could be the man. He's got the traits for it too, plays 1-2s and brings the ball out of defence. Is he the world's best centre-back? No, but he is absolutely worth it for 1.5 million. And for a similar price, you can pick up the only goalkeeper of this list. It's 28-year-old Japanese international Daya Maawa. I don't know if I've done that pronunciation right either. He's playing for Vissel Kobe, who I think was Iniesta's team when he moved to Japan, and he is a very handy goalkeeping option for that 1.5 million pound mark. 6'3", an international as mentioned, with great aerial reach and command of his area. He has only got one first touch, mind you, but he's got great handling, kicking, one-on-ones, passing, reflexes. He can actually be a very good sweeper keeper, even though he has only got that one first touch, but a very nice goalkeeping option for 1.5 million. Another cheap beast that you need to pick up is Moay Sila, who's playing for Aruca out in the Portuguese leagues. In the top division of Portugal, you'll find a 24-year-old who you can sign for around £2 million, 25 international appearances for Guinea already, and he is a very good attacking midfielder. Right-footed, nice passing vision and technique, which is what you want for a creative player, combined with nice penalty taking, long shots, free kicks, corners, crossing, dribbling, first touch. Technically, this guy is an absolute whiz, and you think that means that mentally he's going to let you down, but he really does not. He's really well-rounded. He's got some nice traits on him too. His physicals are still pretty good as well. Even though his jumping reach is low, I still think he's a nice pickup and could play Premier League football. I know some people might think I'm pushing that, but he's a really nice talent, really good technically, like I say, and will definitely bolster any midfield looking for some extra depth. As would the cheapest player in today's list. This is Pyramids Blati Torre. At age 28, he's found himself in the Egyptian divisions and would not be a bad signing for anyone looking to add to their team. Now, his contract is up in only a few days at the start of this save, which is why his value is so low, because it wouldn't be otherwise, but he's really versatile, and whilst his attributes aren't the world's best by any stretch, he's a good tackler, he works hard, he's a good dribbler with nice first touch, likes to play his way out of trouble, and that does suit the attributes that he has. Is he going to score you many goals with that 8 finishing? Probably not, but Pyramids have a good player on their hands, but not for long, so get in there, take him off them, and you will have a nice midfield option for a bargain fee. My favourite player in this list though is this one, Patrick Berg of Bodo Glimt, who is wanted here by a few teams, West Ham included, so Premier League sides are after the Norwegian, playing out in Norway. He's 25 years of age, a star player for his club, a professional personality, international experience, work rate positioning and teamwork of the highest levels, excellent anticipation too, a real mentality monster, but he isn't let down in the physicals or the technicals either. He's good in those areas. If you're looking for a number 10 to maybe have some more creative players near him and then him be the linchpin in your midfield, he could be a fantastic option. Saying that, 14 passing, 14 vision and 14 technique, he's definitely not bad on the ball. I think he's a fantastic option. I've signed him in a few of the rebuilds on my channel. Patrick Berg is a gem for around £4 million. 2 players to go, and our next player is Sal Soldado, who's a Paraguayan 25-year-old playing for Olympia, and he's going to cost you around 1 million. His name is a tongue twister, but he is a very good centre-back option. Definitely not a ball-playing defender. 12 passing is okay, but the vision, the technique isn't the best, nor is his dribbling, so I'd probably ask him to avoid that. But in terms of out-and-out defending, he's brave, aggressive, good in the air with 16 heading, nice jumping reach too, and general physical ability is right up there. Even if he is only 6 foot, he can put in a hard tackle as well. A very good centre-back to pick up for around 700, 800k pushing 1 million maybe in some saves, but that is certainly not a bad price for this kind of player. And for about double that price, at £2 million, we have Junior Noza. At 29, he's older than most in this list, but he's an Ecuadorian international playing for Independiente del Valle, a club out in Ecuador, and he is so gifted, both mentally and technically. This guy has got some phenomenal attributes: 16 free kicks, 16 corners, 16 technique, passing, long shots, first touch, dribbling, finishing. The flair is there, the teamwork. He'd be such a fun player to watch as a number 10, but he can also play anywhere in that front line. The right-footed midfielder can also use his left foot fairly well as well, so if you're looking for a creative addition to your team in the Premier League or high-level championship, Noza would be a fantastic pickup. If you did sign him in, say, the championship, I think he would be one of the best players in the league and really guide you to promotion places with this kind of ability. He is a fantastic option and the last cheap beast in this list, but let me know your favourites in the comments down below so we have more to show in future episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.